My dear, your secrets are louder than your silence. I just wasn't ready to hear them. What they told me snapped my illusion of you like thunder through glass. Your smile felt safe until I learned what it was hiding. I wasn't blind. I was just enchanted. Now I see it, how your love felt more like camouflage than connection. They didn't ruin you for me. You did that on your own. I kept defending your shadow, even when the truth begged me to run. You weren't misunderstood. You were carefully misrepresenting yourself. I wish they hadn't told me. I miss loving the version I made up. Every lie you told now echoes like a warning I ignored. I romanticized your red flags into rose petals. I saw your love as rare. Now I see it was rehearsed. They handed me your truth, and I dropped everything I believed. I didn't lose you. I lost the fantasy. What they said rewired my memory of us. Nothing looks the same. You performed love like a role, and I clapped like a fool. I'm not hurt by what you did. I'm haunted by how well you hid it. I mistook manipulation for mystery. The version of you I loved never even existed. I keep replaying your kindness. Now I wonder if it was strategy. I wish I could unknow what I now see so clearly. You were never confusing. I was just in denial. They showed me receipts. My heart never stood a chance. I didn't want to believe them, but your actions confirmed every word. I didn't fall out of love. I woke up. You told half-truths so beautifully, I mistook them for honesty. You weren't complicated. You were calculated. I thought I knew your soul. Turns out I only knew your script. They told me you practiced those lines on someone else. Your mask was flawless until it wasn't. I kept waiting for you to explain, but silence was your explanation. The betrayal wasn't shocking. Your calmness about it was. They showed me your shadow. I had only ever seen your sparkle. Now I see how your love came with hidden terms and conditions. I wasn't chosen. I was convenient. Every sweet thing you did now feels like a setup. They didn't lie. You just made it easy for me to believe otherwise. I thought I was your piece. Turns out I was your placeholder. I don't hate you. I hate how well you fooled me. You weren't a blessing in disguise. You were the lesson I never wanted. I didn't lose love. I lost a lie I was loyal to. They didn't expose you. They reminded me to stop ignoring my intuition. I see now, you weren't mysterious, you were manipulative. I reread your messages with new eyes. It's all there, hidden in plain sight. What they told me didn't shock me. It confirmed what I refused to feel. The truth hurts less than your fake tenderness ever did. I wanted to believe in you so badly. I silenced my own instincts. I saw the signs, but you smiled through every warning. I finally understand why you avoided deep questions. You were never mine, just temporarily available. They called you out. I called it love. Your silence makes more sense now that I know the full story. You broke me slowly, so I didn't notice until it was done. They didn't say much, but it unraveled everything. I used to defend you with fire. Now I just sit in the ashes. You weren't unpredictable. You were just hiding things. I replay our past with new eyes. It all looks like acting. I thought you had depth. You just had secrets. You played sincerity like a game, and I was the prize. I thought you were distant. Turns out you were dishonest. They revealed your past. Now I understand your patterns. You didn't change. My illusion of you collapsed. They whispered your truth. My heart shattered louder. Your love was full of conditions I never signed up for. I thought your quiet meant depth. It meant deflection. You kept me in the dark because light would have revealed too much. I remember your kindness, but now I question the motive. You didn't lose me. You never had me, honestly. I ignored my gut. They handed me facts. I don't miss you. I miss being blissfully unaware. Your apologies were rehearsals, your affection a script. You knew I'd believe you. That was your power. They told me you had a pattern. I was just your latest cycle. You never planned to stay, just long enough to be unforgettable. Your love wasn't real, but my pain is. You didn't break my heart. You exposed its weakest spot. What they revealed haunts me more than your absence ever could. You weren't a soulmate. You were a smokescreen. They gave me clarity. You gave me chaos. If this touched your soul, don't scroll. Like, comment your favorite quote and subscribe for more. They didn't poison my mind. They gave me the antidote. You weren't hiding your past. You were repeating it. I loved you deeply. You wore that like armor. You didn't heal. You disguised your wounds as wit. They gave me truth. I gave you the benefit of the doubt. I should have listened when my peace went missing around you. You weren't a mystery. You were a mirror I refused to look into. I felt something was off. You convinced me it was me. Now I get it. Why your love always felt borrowed. You mastered affection without connection. I stopped defending you the moment I started respecting myself. You said I was crazy. They said I was right. I was hoping for healing. You were hoping I wouldn't notice. You used love like a smoke grenade. I thought you were protecting me. Turns out I was protecting your image. They handed me freedom wrapped in truth. Your honesty came too late to matter. Now I wonder if anything you said was ever real. I was mourning you. Now I mourn who I was around you. You taught me to love with my eyes wide open. You didn't love me. You studied me. I kept trusting your words. They handed me the evidence. I begged the universe for a sign. My friend was the lightning bolt. I thought you were rare. Now I see you were rehearsed. They exposed you gently. The truth still hit like betrayal. I thought we had history. Turns out we had a cycle. You never fooled them. You just fooled the one who loved you. They saw your mask. I fell for your eyes. I stayed loyal to a version of you they said never existed. They told me what you did, but my body already knew. You didn't lose my love. You forfeited it. You dressed up damage as devotion. I mistook your silence for safety. They told me it was strategy. You didn't slip up, you revealed yourself. They didn't convince me, you did, with your patterns. I used to crave your voice. Now I crave answers. They described someone heartless. I whispered your name. You pretended to be healing. You were actually hiding. Your version of love always came with expiration dates. You chose silence. They chose the truth. You crafted a story. They shattered it with facts. I didn't want to believe it. But your past explains your present. They didn't judge you. They decoded you. Your lies had rhythm. Their truth had weight. I thought you were rare. They said you were just good at pretending. They remembered things you begged me to forget. You weren't loyal. You were good at appearing loyal. My peace left when you entered. Their story explained why. I fell for a dream. They woke me up. You didn't slip. You operated. They showed me how many hearts you rehearsed on before mine. You built trust with charm, then burned it silently. They knew about you. I only thought I did. I confused intensity with intimacy. You never looked back because you never cared forward. You weaponized affection. They gave me clarity. You gave me confusion disguised as romance. You treated my heart like a trial version. I wasn't your person. I was your performance. They told me your love was timed, not timeless. You didn't break character. You broke me. You weren't just a chapter. You were a cautionary tale. They warned me before. I labeled it jealousy. You rehearsed empathy so well, I forgot to protect myself. You didn't love me. You liked what I reflected. They described someone hollow. I used to call that home. You taught me how to doubt my own intuition. I romanticized your damage. You didn't want healing. You wanted hiding places. They said you did the same thing to the last one. I ignored patterns they had memorized. You perfected apologies you never meant. They showed me how your love always leads to fallout. I held onto illusions. They handed me truth. I couldn't see clearly until they lent me their perspective. You didn't choose me. You used me as a mirror. They knew the truth, I knew the lie, and still chose it. You rehearsed care like a script. They exposed the parts of you I kept making excuses for. The way you avoided depth, that was your truth.